Kia ora, and welcome back to 2023 PE with me, Mr. Taylor. So, this week, as we're stuck at home because of the weather, what you're going to be doing is showing me all the skills that you possess in PE. They might be throwing skills, they might be running skills, kicking skills, hitting skills. Any sport that you love doing, I want to see what that sport is and how good you are at the different skills involved in PE. Now I'm going to set you some challenges. There are going to be 6 challenges. Each challenge focuses on a different part of your body and focuses on a different skill. First challenge is long distance running. Second challenge is short distance running. Third challenge is small ball skills. Fourth challenge is large ball skills. Fifth challenge is striking skills. And the 6th challenge is kicking skills. Now I'm going to go through each challenge and what you're required to do. Don't forget to record your scores so we can see who's the best in your class, across the year group, and in the whole school. Good luck. So, our first test is all about long distance running, and it's your endurance while running over a long time. Now, this test requires you to search up the test called the beep test. The beep test requires you to run between one cone and another cone that are 20 meters apart. Now, when you're running, you don't just keep running. What you have to do is listen for the beep. When you hear a beep, you need to run from one side of the court to the other side. And you have to get to that cone or that side of the court before the next beep. As the test goes on, the beeps get faster and it becomes harder as you get tired. Let's see how I go.
Start level 1, 1. Level 1, 2. Level 1, 3.
So, for the beep test, remember it's about endurance, not how fast you can run. Each level that you achieve goes higher and higher, and we're going to see who can get to the highest level. Good luck, looking forward to seeing how good you are. Test number 2 is once again a running test, but this time instead of endurance, it's about how fast you can run. For this test, it is a 40-meter sprint. So you need to mark out cones that are 40 meters apart. You're going to need a stopwatch or someone that can record your time. And you have to see how fast you can run from point A to point B, and that is going to be your time over a 40-meter distance. So, let's see how I go. On your marks, set, go! So, the 40-meter test is about how quick you can run. Your speed over a short distance, okay? 40 meters, how fast can you get over that distance? Don't forget to time yourselves. Can't wait to see who's the fastest in the school. Good luck. For our next test, it is about your hand-eye coordination, your ability to throw and catch a small ball. For this test, you're going to need a small ball, a wall or something that you can throw the ball against, and a cone or a marker to let you know how far away from the wall you need to be. For this challenge, you need to be 2 meters away from the wall. Now, how the challenge works. You are throwing the ball underarm or overarm against the wall. Every time you catch the ball, you get 1 point. If the ball hits the ground, or you catch it too close to the wall, the point does not count. But you don't start again from 0. You keep going from the number you were on. After 1 minute, you need to see how many points you got. So, let's see how the competition works. First of all, I measure out my 2 meters. 1, 2. I place a cone or I have a line in which I need to stand behind. I then start my timer. You might have someone recording you, or you might be doing it yourself. You then have to see how many catches you can make. Every time you catch the ball, you get a point. 3, 4. If the ball hits the ground, you don't get a point. If you catch the ball too close to the wall, you don't get a point. But you don't go back to 0, you keep going from the number you're on. So I was on 3, 4, 5, don't get a point. 6, 7, don't get a point. 8, 9. In 1 minute, I am seeing how many points I can get. Remember, stay behind the line. Make sure you're catching. Use those 2 hands together. Bring it to your chest. You're trying to see how many you can do in that minute. Good luck. The next test is similar to the small ball test, but this time we're using a large ball. You have to get as many points as you can in 1 minute, like the small ball test. You have to stay behind your line or behind the cone or your marker. You have to be 2 meters away from the wall. Every time you catch the ball, you get a point. If the ball hits the ground or you catch it too close to the wall, you don't get a point. Let's see how it works. I measure out my 2 meters. I have my marker down. I get my stopwatch ready. Remember, you have 1 minute to see how many points you can get. And I go. I might use a chest pass, or an underarm pass, or an overhead pass. It's up to me. Remember, every time I catch it, it is a point. 3, 4, 5. If the ball hits the ground, I don't get a point. If I catch it too close to the wall, I don't get a point. We're trying to see how many points we can get in 1 minute. Good luck. Can't wait to see who wins. Our next challenge is a striking challenge. So for this challenge, you're going to need a ball, and you're going to either need a racket or a bat. You might use a cricket bat, you might use a tennis racket, a badminton racket, you might use a hockey stick, something that you can hit a ball with. Now for this challenge, it is similar to the previous 2 challenges, but with some differences. You still need to be behind your hitting line. This time the line is 3 meters away, not 2. Next point is the ball can hit the ground. So it does not matter if the ball hits the ground, it matters how many times you hit. For every hit you complete, you get 1 point. In 1 minute, you're seeing how many times you can hit it against the wall. So, let's see how the challenge works. I count out my 3 meters. 1, 2, 3. I place my marker, or I have my line. And I am seeing how many times I can hit it against the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I make a mistake, I start again, but I don't start from 0. I keep going from the number I was on. So I was on 5. I go back behind the line, and I go again. The only time you don't count your score is if you hit it past the line. Okay? The ball has to come back to you. You can't go to the ball. Okay? So, you get a point for every time you hit. You have to be 3 meters away, and you don't get a point if you're too close to the wall. Good luck. Can't wait to see your scores. Our last challenge is our kicking challenge. This challenge is like the striking challenge, where you have to be 3 meters away from the wall, or you could use a partner instead. This challenge, you get a point for every time you kick the ball. But once again, if you're past the line and too close to the wall, you don't get a point. We have to see in 1 minute how many times we can kick the ball. Remember, that ball has to come back across the line before we're allowed to kick it again. Let's see how I go. I count out my steps. 1, 2, 3. 3 meters. I put my cone or my marker down. Remember, it is a kicking challenge. You are trying to kick against the wall or to a partner. Remember, when you kick it, that is a point. You can't kick it too close to the wall. If your ball doesn't come back, you bring your ball behind the line and you go again. For every kick you do, 1, 2, 3, 4, you get a point. We're trying to see how many points we can get in 1 minute. Remember, you never start from 0 again. Once the competition starts, you keep counting, unless you make a mistake or you kick it too close to the wall. But you don't go back to 0, you just keep going from the number you were on. So, I have gone over our 6 challenges. Long distance running, short distance running, small ball catching, large ball skills, striking skills, and kicking skills. Each challenge is slightly different, but with some similarities. You are now trying to beat your own score, and if you want, you challenge your family, your friends, your classmate. I am trying to see how good you are across all the different skills. If you're not so good at catching, I want you to work on your catching. If you're not so good at kicking, can you work on your kicking skills? Trying to get as high a score as possible. You will see in the instructions, each score gives you a level. You can either get bronze, silver, or gold. Let's see if as a school we can get all the way to gold. Good luck, can't wait to see the results.